Okay, hi folks, Tarmac Terrorist here. Nice to finally meet you all properly. This is me, excuse the scruffy 1960s, 1970s kind of hair going on. I was going for the the old kind of racing driver look. This is the potato over here, and I'm now trying to get your server set up for today. That is S397.3 AI Max. Let's Race. That's the server name. Look for it on the multiplayer. That will be changing soon, by the way. Anyway, it's taken quite a while to get this done today because I've ran into bugs and bits and pieces within setting up the server. And setting up the server on Rfactor 2 takes ages. This video is about Rfactor 2, by the way. For anyone who doesn't know what Rfactor 2 is, get on Steam, find Rfactor 2, buy it, download it. It's the best driving simulator you'll ever play in terms of physics. It's a bit difficult to run. It's got a few issues, but it is so worth it. It is just, I mean, once you get it working properly, there's no other driving feeling like it. So I've just packaged the server. So or made the mod package for the server. It's, by the way, it's not a mod. This is all Studio 397 content that's on this server today. So here we go. Let's just see if this works, because sometimes it doesn't. So we've got the installation up here. I'm gonna go find the mod for today. Now, because the Tatuus at Short Tracks went so well yesterday, I've expanded a bit on that, and there's a few surprises for you. So what I've now got, it's in here somewhere. What have I called it? I called it the Tatuus F4 Short Track Tour. There it is. Because today we're going to go on a tour with the Tatuus. Oh, that's a great car. Love short tracks. These are all short tracks. Every track is under 2 miles long. So we've got Tatuus S4 selected there. So we're going to go to config. And we've got all of our tracks in there. We're not going to use every single one of these layouts, but I'm just going to start the server with all of the pre-configured settings to see if it runs. Load track. Let's see if it goes up. Yes, server's gone up first time. So that's great. Okay, so we'll stop that now. Hang on. Exit. Yes. Cool. Right. So yeah, today, so this whole server thing of mine on the little potato down here. This is your server, the little potato. Oh, look at it, isn't it cute? And look at Louis' desk here. old Logitech Driving Force Pro on a desk, which if I use my little just this finger here, does this. Look at that. So if I'm a bit slow, one, it's because I'm not the fastest driver in the world, and two, the desk wobbles all over the place. Anyway, so I've had a few chats about weather today on the server, on the Studio 937 forums, and I think it's a general consensus that no one wants rain today, especially people who live in rainy places. Anyway, sorry, I've forgotten who that last post was from. I will go back and have a look and reply to you. But it is, as you can see, it is absolutely blazing today. So we'll go without the weather. We'll have the sky changing with the odd cloud, but mainly clear. So it gives the sky a bit of difference. But we'll go with weather. So what we've got, I've been going through all of the tracks today. I started this at just 11:45. And I meant to have the server up by 12. It is now 2:45. This has taken 2.5 hours because I ran into bugs on the tracks. I'm sure some of you, or most of you, will know about the halo bug on some of the single-seater, on some of the cars. I was testing one of the short track versions of Zandvoort today. I think it was National, and the halo reared its ugly head. All the AI cars had halo, so I'd chosen all the tracks. I'd already gone through them and made sure the car was suitable for each track. and there's a lot of tracks to go through. So I've done a one lap of each. Then the Halo reared its head, and I was like, oh no, right now I've got to go back to every track with AI so I can have a look when I start the race to see if they've all got the Halo. And luckily they didn't. That's why it's taken so long. And then I went back to Zandervoort, and the Halo had gone. So it turns out I knew the Halo didn't work on the GP track because we use that on the server anyway. So anyway, yeah, I tried it on the national circuit again, and it's gone. So it seems that the Halo is an intermittent thing, because I've had it with other cars and I didn't expect it to pop up because I've never seen it with them before. So it's an intermittent thing, this Halo thing. So there's a bug for Studio 397 to have a look at. They're working very hard on the new Zandervoort track at the moment. I'm very excited about that. Had a go on it. It's been great. So, no weather. The tracks today, here's the list we've been going through today. So we've got Botnar Ring today, which is 1.3 miles in Finland. And that has got lots of bank curves, a bit like the new Zandervoort, and silky smooth tarmac. It's really smooth. We have got, I'm so excited about this. No one uses it, I don't know why, but I think the 1966 version of Monte Carlo is fantastic. And with these cars, because they're reasonably powered, they're easy to handle, they're not too fast, but they've got a bit of poke, and they're small. So they work well on small, tight, short tracks. And with small, tight, short tracks, it means that the field's closer together all the time. We get to see more of each other on track all the time. Isn't that good? So, Monte Carlo is in there. It's gorgeous, and so careful with your overtaking there. That's in there. That's 1.94 miles. Let's see. Then we're going over to the States. We're going to Atlanta MP, which is a really tight, twisty track with loads of elevations. It's really quite good, and I've never really seen it online, but that's 1.83 miles. We've got a couple of fictional tracks in there, but they are legendary tracks. These tracks are great, and we all know them from the days of Rfactor 1, if you remember that. It's Mills Metro Park, which is about... I've chosen the short layouts. There's A, B, and C. There'll be one of those or all three on the server. That's 1.24124 or 1.3 miles. Another short track. Tobin is also another short track, which is great. We'll use the I love that track. The first ever Rfactor 1 server was just ran that track all day, and there was 40 people on it all day long before the full game came out. It was fantastic. And let's see here. We have got also Silverstone National. Silverstone National is 1.3 miles long. And we don't need to say anything about it. We all know, we all love that because it's been running on the server for ages so far. We've got Lime Rock. We love that as well. Brilliant track, 1.5 miles over in the States. Silverstone, obviously, in Northamptonshire in the UK. And then we have Zandvoort. Yes, we have Zandvoort. And that's in the Netherlands there. And we're looking at the club circuit and the national circuit. These are about 1.8, 1.5 miles. And we've got the East Circuit, which is really short. The two shortest tracks on the server today will be East and Moors in Italy. So we'll be going to Italy as well, which is 1.2 miles. Really short track. Moors is it's got a mixture of different tarmacs on it. It's interesting. So that's the server for today. And I mainly made this video to say sorry. The server's a bit late today. It's been 2.5 hours of this stuff. So anyway, without further ado, I'll try and get this video loaded to YouTube on one of my channels, and see you out on the track today. And it's great racing with you all. This whole server journey has been brilliant. Even to the point where I've had an offer from a very kind fella. You know who you are. I haven't asked if I can use your name yet, so I'm just going to say thanks, mate. This fella has got in contact with me. He's been following the thread. He is giving me a CPU, a motherboard, and some RAM and bits and pieces to start building He's giving these bits all for free to start building a server PC, because the potato down here is a wonderful machine. Absolutely fantastic. It was built by a friend of mine called Tom, who comes to my I run jam sessions, music jams in pubs for people, and this fella Tom, who is he was an ex martial artist, a great saxophone player, and drives I think he still drives a Mazda MX-5, one of the new ones. So obviously, you know, he likes his driving as well. Might have to contact him and see if he'd be interested in all of this. But the Potato's got problems because I updated the BIOS after many years. Now, I've updated the BIOS on computers many times. And the general rule of thumb with BIOS is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it was so old, I thought I might get a slight performance increase out of it. So I updated the BIOS, and basically it's just buggered up the PC. It now has random hard shutdowns where you'll be doing something and the screen just goes blank. It's like someone's pulled the plug and the computer reboots. Doesn't seem to happen when I'm running the game, which is why my car's always parked in the server. Although, did today for the first time, which was a bit worrying. But it should be okay. It only does it about once a day. Anyway, so yeah, it just has this hard shutdown. I can't figure out what's causing it. It's definitely the BIOS, because it happened immediately after the BIOS, and I had to reinstall several times to stop it happening all the time. Believe me, I've tried everything with it. If anyone can help me with that, it's an MSI motherboard. I'll put some details for it in the description, but yeah. Sandy Bridge. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. So it's great. It's wonderful. Of course, Studio 397, when this new Zanvoot track goes into the final version, will be including that on the server as well. They're running their own server as well. I was on it on Sunday. There was like 25 people on it. It was great. We're regularly getting now like 10 people on the server at one time. It's fantastic all day long. So of course, so this is me. This is the Potato. Give a round of applause for the Potato that's running your server. Massive shout out to our man who's sending. Well, I'm going to meet up with him soon because he's in Norfolk. I'm in Norfolk, sending me the bits. And hopefully I'll be able to start doing this more permanently and get a proper server going. And in the meantime, I'm not on track all the time, so I'll be sitting here playing guitar or out in the garage playing drums. Enjoy today. I may not see too many of you because it's so sunny outside, but I'm definitely having a few races today, and especially this evening when it gets dark, I will be on the server. So, guys, see you there. You're all awesome. I love racing with it. I love these cars. The M23 McLaren that we started off this server with was just immense. It was brilliant, but it was insane and insanely fast. So this is a bit more of a relaxing drive with the F4. Anyway, server is going up now. It is 12:34, and so it should be up in a few minutes. I'll put a notice on the Studio 937 boards in the thread in the general section under public server. Might be moving that thread to the online racing part of the forums soon. Have fun, enjoy. I'm talking too much. Bye!